We have long anticipated and expected this occasion to take place. You, the people, our friends, are indeed the stockholders of this educational enterprise. We cordially invite you to look over your investment, an investment in buildings, equipment, educational programs, but especially and most importantly, an investment in people.
Chartered in 1971, Stanley Community College opened in temporary headquarters on the old South Albemarle High School campus that same year.
It came about primarily because of Senator Frank Patterson.
Senator Patterson stopped me on the street and asked me if we needed a technical institute. He said, if we want a technical institute, I'm in a position in Raleigh to get one, and we may not ever have that opportunity again.
While Senator Patterson did play an important role in the creation of Stanley Community College, a lot of other people in the county did as well. I think we have to give recognition to the Stanley County Board of Commissioners, those in the early 70s who helped create the institution and actually funded that first college. The boards of education of Stanley County and the city of Albemarle played a key role as well. And I also have to mention Representative Lane Brown. Representative Brown was Stanley County's representative in the House in the early 70s. He actually introduced the legislation that was ironically call it Stanley, that created Stanley Community College, and he deserves a lot of credit for the development and the creation of this college as well. He also was a member of the first Board of Trustees of Stanley Community College. Ironically, for all the important role that he played in the creation of Stanley Community College, Senator Patterson never saw his dream come to fruition. He died very suddenly 10 days after the initial Stanley Community College bill was signed. And to recognize his work on the creation of the college, the first board, when the initial building on campus was built, they named it the Patterson Building.
A faculty of 8 instructors offered classes in auto mechanics, air conditioning and refrigeration, secretarial science, industrial management, brick masonry, and business. In 5 months, the school grew from 31 students to almost 400, and discussions began about the possible construction of a new campus.
It wasn't but just a short time that that proved not to be very satisfactory. And the trustees wanted their own campus.
Well, we did develop a friendship with Malcolm Palmer, who had all of this property on the hill here.
Ms. Kelly, I think, was chairman of the board out here for the Technical Institute, and they, along with Dr. Byrd, worked and secured this site.
The first property that was purchased was approximately 72 acres here at this campus. The first buildings on this campus were the Patterson Building, which is now the Administration Building, and the Webb Student Center. They were built in 1974.
Dr. Byrd was very fundamental in his approach to getting new buildings. Most of the buildings had a contribution from the people that were named for them.
The Kelly Building, named for Annie Ruth Kelly, first chair of the college's Board of Trustees, opened in 1981.
It was primarily for computer training at the time, and plus the auditorium.
In 1981, we also purchased the Kinlaw Building, which was a truck and tractor implement company down at the bottom of the hill on the highway. It is now the Continuing Education Building.
In 1987, a new 2-story classroom lab building was completed to house the college's extensive allied health programs. The next building on campus to be built was a much-needed library classroom facility. Completed in early 1996, the 27,000 square foot building houses SCC's library and TV studio facilities on the first floor, and 7 classrooms and the college's North Carolina Information Highway Center on the second floor. These buildings now bear the names of 2 Albemarle residents who are longtime college supporters. The Allied Health Building was renamed the Edens Building in honor of Dr. George E. Edens, Jr., and the Learning Resources Center Classroom Building was named the Snyder Building in honor of Edward J. Snyder, Jr., former member of the Board of Trustees and also former member of the North Carolina State Board of Community Colleges.
In 1999, the Whitley Technology Building was built.
This 10,000 square foot facility is home to 6 state-of-the-art computer labs that allow the college to offer the latest technology courses and programs to SCC students. In September 2003, our mini-college opened in Locust, North Carolina, the Crutchfield Education Center.
As you come into Stanley County, you're traveling 2427 east, you leave Cabarrus County, and the very first thing you see when you cross the county line is the Crutchfield Education Center. And we think it speaks volumes about a county and about a community and a region when the first thing you see when you drive into that area is an education center.
Stanley Community College's long-range plan had included a facility at Western Stanley for several years. And so we had plans developed, we had blueprints, and we were waiting on funding. Well, in the year 2000, North Carolina passed a higher ed state bond referendum. We had the groundbreaking for what was then known as the Western Stanley Center in spring of 2002, and we actually opened in the fall of 2003.
This 33,000 square foot facility was named for Edward E. Crutchfield, a Stanley County native and retired CEO of Wachovia Bank. The campus is a complete college in itself, with faculty and staff office space, large modern classrooms, computer labs, health services and biology labs, a conference room, bookstore, and a distance learning classroom and media resource center. The Crutchfield campus also serves as a regional training center for in-service law enforcement and is home to the regionally recognized Carolina Auction Academy.
The community has embraced that facility. They really consider it their own. The community room we have out there, which is named after the Honeycutt family, which is a very prominent family in the region, that room is used by all types of groups for meetings and for civic purposes. So it's a great community resource. At one time, Stanley Community College had a contract, a relationship with the University of North Carolina at Charlotte, and they actually ran our college transfer program. They sent professors over from UNC Charlotte, and they taught the courses. And in the early 90s, Stanley applied for, with the Department of Community Colleges in Raleigh, our own community college transfer program. And I guess it was probably around 1993 or 1994 that we actually started the college transfer program, which is such an important part of what we do today. Stanley was chartered in 1971, and within 2 years, the Board of Trustees had the vision to see that we really needed a nursing program in this county. And so Stanley Community College, then Stanley Technical Institute, started a nursing program. And today it's one of the finest in the state.
A while back I had a knee operation, and it was an overnight stay over at the hospital. Well, I found out that every nurse in the operating room and looking after me there was a graduate of our nursing program here at the college, and that'll make you think.
I can remember when we had our first computer lab that actually was networked, and it was actually networked to a computer lab upstairs. So kind of like the first floor of the Kelly building could talk to the second floor of the Kelly building. Of course, then with the development of the internet, we really developed, I think, a first-rate technology program. And so we're real pleased and proud of where we are with technology and with the relationships we have with the companies like Cisco and the Communication Workers of America.
We do have a radiography program that is exclusive to Crutchfield, and we also have a medical lab technology program, and it too is exclusive to Crutchfield. But we do have offerings there for literacy, GED, adult high school, continuing education, numerous law enforcement offerings there, and so we have just really grown through the years.
It hasn't been that many years ago when Robin McCree, who's our Executive Vice President of of Student Services and Instruction, gave a report to the board, and we were just so proud that we had doubled the number of online classes from like 5 to 10. And now we have several hundred online classes. And it's amazing the number of emails I get from students who are in my class who will do assignments at like 11 o'clock at night. Well, I've been to sleep for a couple hours by 11 o'clock at night. But students, if they're working, if they come in, if that's their schedule, but online education really gives them an opportunity.
It's really amazing what has taken place over time. When the school first started out, it had auto body shop, it had a few curriculum courses, GED, and for the most part, that was it.
Under the leadership of Dr. Taylor, this college has expanded tremendously in having necessary courses and the things that the people not only want, but they need to continue their education. And it's ever-changing as the needs change.
What's the keys to our success? I think exceptional leadership at the trustee level and a faculty and staff that really do put the student first. When you have all that ingredients put together, you know, it's hard not to be successful, and I think we've been very successful based on that, and I think that's why we'll be successful going forward.
The years have gone by so fast. It's hard to me to realize, looking back, that it was 1971. It's been an amazing growth here. I'm excited about it and excited about the future for the college.